What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Mags. So, of course, before we start off this preview for the game coming up against Palace, of course, I do want to give a shout out to something that I am doing. I don't know if you'll have seen it on my social media accounts, but I have done some football art prints. And of course, you can go and buy them over on my Ko-Fi account, which I will, of course, put the link in the description below, pin it in the comments as well, and also there will be a QR code somewhere on the screen here for you to scan with your phone and head over there to my Ko-Fi shop where you'll be able to buy one of the Eddie Howe prints, of course, and I've got one of them right here for you all to see. This is, of course, the print. It is an A3 print, and of course it's only £12 free postage, and you can go buy that over on my Ko-Fi account. I am going to be doing some different ones as well with some of the players, like Bruno, Joe Linton, etc. So make sure to go check that out over on my Ko-Fi account. I am trying to see if I can open up some sort of a shop on YouTube, but at the moment I'm trying to figure that out. When I do figure it out, then of course I will update you on that. But as for now, you can go buy the football prints over on my Ko-Fi account, which, like I've said, I'll pin to the top of the comments, put it in the description, and of course there will be a QR code somewhere on the screen here for you guys to scan with your phone, and of course go buy one of them prints to help support the channel. But anyway, enough about that, enough self-promoting. It is, of course, time to talk about the upcoming game that Newcastle have to play, of course, when we take our trip down to Selhurst Park, of course, and it is on my brother's birthday, so hoping Newcastle can give my brother a gift, of course, and a big birthday it is as well for my brother as he turns 40 years old. So hopefully the lads can give him a big birthday gift in the form of a win in the game down at Selhurst Park. And looking at this game, you know, we're coming into this, we've still got quite a few injury worries, and of course, you know, I am hoping that we can come past that and get the 3 points in this game, get the result in this game. You know, Palace have been doing some pretty good stuff this season. They have, of course, had some really good runs in games as well, and some really good run in the league this season as well. Some of the players that we'll have to watch out, of course, for Crystal Palace is obviously Guai, and of course other ones like Elise as well. You know, we need to be watching out for players like that when we play against them. But there is news on the Newcastle side of things that Joe Willock unfortunately will play no further part in the remaining games this season, as he has, of course, come to an Achilles problem. And a similar decision looks to have been made with the back injury, of course, for Lewis Miley, who looks like he is going to be, of course, rested for the remainder of the season as well. Wilson has returned to full training and is set for a place on the bench, and he has netted 2 out of his last 3 goals away to Palace in the Premier League, so hopefully he does get some form of a game, of course, in the game on Wednesday. This is going to be, of course, a 8 p.m. start as well down at Selhurst Park for this one. Other players, you know, that may not be able to play forward, won't be able to play forward, is Nicky Pope, Miggy, Matt Target, Joe Linton, Kieran Trippier. They all remain out. It's not anticipated that any of them will be back for this game. Sandy, of course, still remains out due to his suspension, while Botman and Jamal Lascelles are both long-term absentees with their ACL injuries. The immediate threat, of course, of a suspension was lifted from Bruno after the 32-game mark. It's still theoretically possible that he could earn a 3-match ban by reaching 15 bookings, but to do that, he'd have to be yellow carded in all 6 of our remaining Premier League games, which, touch wood, you know, that is not the case. Like I say, you know, this game is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be a game that I do believe, you know, we will have enough in the tank to come away from Selhurst Park with all 3 points in the bag. If we can as well, then we do, you know, boost our chances of getting into Europe next season, especially with, you know, how many games are left and who we've got left to play as well. You know, we've still got some pretty easy games in there. You know, no games easy in the Premier League, but the games that we do have, you know, I would, you know, expect Newcastle to come away with wins in them against Palace coming up down at Selhurst Park. A home game against Sheffield United. We all know what happened at Bramall Lane. If we can do, you know, a similar thing at St James's Park, then that would be absolutely massive. Game against Burnley, of course, on the 4th of May. Down at Turf Moor. Then the Brighton game on the 11th of May. The Man United game, of course, which was rearranged for the 15th of May. And then the last game of the season, 19th of May against Brentford. Now, looking at them games, you know, I'd expect we to get something in the Palace game. Definitely something to get in the Sheffield United one with a win. The Burnley one, I'd expect something out of that, you know, as well, positively. The only game I would say could cause somewhat of a problem would maybe be, you know, playing against Brighton or playing against Brentford. I wouldn't say the Man United one's going to be too much of a problem, to be honest. Yes, it's at Old Trafford, but by the time we get to that game, you know, we could have a few more bodies back. And of course, we have already beaten Man United at Old Trafford as well this season. So, you know, it is what it is. But let us know your thoughts, you know, down in the comments below. And like I say, you know, if you want to buy one of these Eddie Howe prints, which you can see here, of course, then you can go do that over on my Ko-Fi account. Like I say, the link will be in the description, pinned to the top of the comments as well. And of course, there will be a QR code somewhere on the screen here for you guys to scan with your phone, which will take you straight to the shop over on Ko-Fi. And I will be trying to see if I can somehow, you know, make some sort of a store on YouTube, link it to the channel, but I am working on that at the moment. Until next time, anyway, if you have liked the video, please do consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, as I'm on the road to 2.5k subscribers, and I'll see you all in the next one. Farewell, lads.